Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Addiction to Language. I'm your host, Andrew, again. Okay, let's take a look at the word jogger, and in fact, the word runner, and any other word that ends in the suffix er. Right, because the suffix er on any word lends the meaning of do it again. It is exactly the same as the re prefix. See, same letters, same meaning. Doesn't matter which order you put them in, the meaning remains the same because each of these letters has a secretly kept meaning of its own. Okay, doing something one time does not make you that thing. That does not qualify. You can jog one time and good for you, you went for a jog. And you don't become a jogger until you do it again. And more specifically, until you do it over and over again, right? We're talking about constant repetition, something that happens daily, something that happens over and over again. Right, and this meaning is actually coming specifically, mostly, from the letter R. It's the letter R in the word which is driving that meaning of repetition, doing it again. Okay, our vowel letters, they're gooey. This is the best way to describe it at this point. The A, E, I, O, U, you'll see it in words everywhere. Most commonly, they are able to be twisted and turned into all sorts of different pronunciations and arrangements, but they don't actually overall they don't actually affect the word in an overall fashion. Okay, the vowels, perhaps we could say, they provide context for the consonants. So the consonants are the constant factual actual conditions, and our vowels are then used to say what context we're referring to that in. Okay, so when we're talking about the letter R, the secretly kept meaning of letter R is, well, it's difficult because I say it is restoration, I think is the correct meaning to give, and it's the correct word to apply to it. Because, well, look, in fact, any word which has the RE prefix will qualify as being part of the meaning of letter R and what letter R signifies, because the letter R signifies things that are restored. They are stored here, and then they are stored there, and they move back and forward. Think of it like alternating current, back and forth, oscillation, okay? Repetition. When things are restored, they are replaced, okay? It moves from one place to the other place and back again, okay? And this ultimately is linked to the idea of cycle, which is one of the letter meanings. That is the letter O. It's a picture of a cycle. Okay? And this is the actual big secret that exists in our world. This is the reason why all of our secret societies exist now and have existed for thousands of years. It's elitist secrecy. Okay, and even in the word elite, it's L-I-T, okay, which is literature. It's the root for the word literature. L-I-T is also root to the word letter. Okay, we, again, as I say, the literature and the letter, well, you look at that and we are just having a gooey vowel there. Okay, the literature is the same as the letteriture. The letterage, the litterage. Okay, the vowel is not so important. The big important thing in meaning is the consonant letters that are used in a word. Right, this secret is the real one. This is the big one. This is the one you're not actually allowed to know, and the one they work at all costs to ensure you don't find out about. So if you look at somebody like Manly P. Hall, and everyone thinks, oh great, he released all the secrets of Freemasonry, and no, guys. If you become a Freemason, the fact is that you have to take an oath that if you divulge any information accurately about what goes on in the lodge and what you're really studying in there, you have taken a pledge that you will accept extremely dire consequences, potentially fatal consequences, likely fatal consequences for speaking about what's really going on there. Right? So when you look at all the publications of Manly P. Hall and other such people who have supposedly spilled the beans on what's really going on in these secret places, again, no, they were obviously given permission to put information out there that is just keeping you distracted. It is ruse information. It is red herring information. The information may be valid. It may be true and correct. I've read it. There's a lot of good stuff in there. Hey, it's great. It explains what the language code is and what the whole thing is without actually ever telling you that there's a language code powering the whole system. Okay, and that is what the Royal Arch degrees, the Royal Art or the Royal Arch of Freemasonry, really is about. The arch is the ark, and the ark is of the covenant. It is agreement, okay, and that agreement between God and man, which is the ark, that is the word. Now, how else can I say it? And the word, the original word and the original purpose of the alphabet was to represent the cycle of life. And that's why the alphabet is laid out with all of its letters in a circle, like so, a circular arrangement, not a linear arrangement. It's represented to us at school as a linear thing, but language and our letters are not linear. They are circular. The whole thing is a repetitious code, which is a representation, okay, a literal symbolic representation of what is actually happening around us, an endless cycle of birth and death going on. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. Thank you to everybody who is following and supporting the channel and my work. It obviously means that you have a particular type of understanding and an ability to have a longer attention span than most of the TikTok videos you're going to see out there. Okay, and again, this is, I stay behind the camera because it's not about me. Okay, you out there on social media, it's all about everybody being selfish, everyone wanting to be the star of the show. I don't care. I don't want your fame and fortune. You can keep it. It's the root of all evil. I'm just here to give you the information that I have come across, okay, that I have come by. Fortunately, or perhaps unfortunately, it has come into my possession of my knowledge, and I'm here to pass it on to you free of charge, free of obligation, because that's the right thing to do. That's what God wants. It's what God wanted me to do. So here I am, guys. Okay, thanks everyone for your support, and I'll see you all again soon.